You spent years on a PhD. Then you walked away, and every single day a voice in your head calls you a quitter. But what if science could prove that voice completely wrong? Here are 10 psychology and neuroscience facts that will completely destroy the shame around leaving academia. And the last one? It genuinely messed me up in the best way. Fact 1. Attrition rates for PhD programs in the United States across the fields of engineering, life sciences, social sciences, mathematics and physical sciences, and humanities range from 36 to 51%. If you left your PhD, you left with nearly half of everyone who ever started one. You are not the rare exception. You are the statistical norm, and nobody talks about that. Fact 2. Many people who leave doctoral programs do so simply because they discover that the career is not right for them. The Council of Graduate Schools, which in 2004 launched the PhD Completion Project, a 6-year initiative to collect data on doctorate completion rates, they found that most of the time when people stop a psychology PhD program, it's not because they have to, they failed a defense. It's more often that they decide this life is not for them. Most people who leave by choice because they were smart enough to recognize a mismatch before it consumed their entire life. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. If this is already speaking to something you've been carrying, like and subscribe. Studies show that people who learn about their own psychology daily make better life decisions. You need this channel. Fact 3. Rethinking a decision as big as earning a PhD can be intimidating. Many students worry that discontent with grad school means they aren't intellectually capable, but more often, persistent unhappiness signals that your program is a bad fit. Your brain has been lying to you. The shame you feel isn't proof of your failure. It's proof that you confused a mismatched environment with a personal inadequacy. Those are two completely different things. Fact 4. Dropout is often urged by a discrepancy between the goals and expectations of PhD students and the norms and practices of the discipline and department. PhD students dropped out because they realized that the practice of doing research in a certain discipline was not for them or was not as meaningful to them as they thought. This is the sunk cost fallacy in academic form. Staying in a program that no longer fits you just because you already spent 3 years in it is like eating a meal you hate just because you already paid for it. Your past years don't obligate your future life. Try this. Write down one reason you stayed longer than you knew you should have. That's your sunk cost talking. Fact 5. In Japan, there is a concept called shikata ga nai, letting go of what you cannot change. When a situation cannot be fixed, shikata ga nai allows one to release that burden and redirect energy towards productive future efforts. It is a conscious decision to stop struggling against unavoidable circumstances, bringing peace rather than unnecessary suffering. This concept allows for a graceful exit, or even the formal quitting with credits known as tani shutoku taigaku, acknowledging that sometimes, in the pursuit of life, the most skillful move is to walk away, accept reality, and start anew. Bees follow optimal foraging theory. If a flower takes too much energy to drain, they leave it for a better one. They don't feel guilty, they just stay efficient. Be the bee. Quitting a PhD isn't a failure of character, it's a mastery of timing. 10. Psychology has a name for what happens to people who make the terrifying decision to walk away from a life that no longer fits. Post-traumatic growth. Research shows that individuals who navigate major life disruptions, including leaving prestigious academic or professional paths, frequently report greater clarity of purpose, deeper self-knowledge, stronger resilience, and higher long-term life satisfaction than those who stayed out of fear. A lack of motivation and commitment to the program due to a wrong choice of career, a negative perception of the value of higher education, a widespread lack of enthusiasm for learning, or the perception related to wasting time can be reasons for dropping out. Recognizing all of those feelings and still choosing yourself anyway is not quitting. It is the most psychologically courageous thing a person can do. You didn't fail the PhD. The last fact genuinely stopped me because it means the hardest decision you ever made might have been the bravest, most neurologically intelligent thing you've ever done. Leaving wasn't the end of your story. It was the first sentence of a better one, and you didn't know that until now. Follow for more psychology that reframes everything you thought was a failure.